Welcome to the Just Ask podcast. My name is Becky Bridgham,
And I'm Jim Bridgham.
and we are the hosts of this podcast. But the questions and all the content come from you, our friends, and our listeners. So we will basically answer any question that you will submit at thejustaskpodcast.com. And so today it's kind of a fun, lighthearted question, which I'm looking forward to delving into. The question that was submitted is, what is the best vacation you've been on together? I think that's key.
Ooh.
Together.
Yeah, and just for those of you listening, they're like, oh gosh, I'm just going to press next. We're also going to give some tips for vacationing. And then we just mentioned we'll also do some staycation tips for those of us who might be stuck in home for a little longer than we want to.
Right.
Which we aren't yet, God willing, knocking on wood. Okay, so what was your favorite vacation that we went on together?
Together. I honestly have to say Atlantis. So we went in, what was it, all the years they blend. But a couple years ago, I had earned a trip to Atlantis through my company, and it wasn't easy getting it. It wasn't easy earning it, and it actually wasn't easy getting there either because there was a hurricane that was threatening travel, and so we had to go a day early. And it was, in my opinion, my favorite vacation ever. I think because one, it was all expenses paid, which how often do you get to go on an all expenses paid vacation? But not just like, oh, it was free. In my opinion, it was the first time I got to see Jim really relax in a long time. So at that point in his career, he was in a high stress military job that was all the time, just tons and tons of stress is the easiest way to put it. And so I get to whisk him away where there's no cell service, barely any cell service, and watch him like smoke a cigar by the pool and just really relax. And then he didn't even have to pay for it because we are huge. We've mentioned this before, Dave Ramsey people. So we always will budget for our vacations. Our vacations are paid for before we go. So it's not like they follow you home on the credit card. But even when you have pre-budgeted a vacation, like even we've gone to Disney, you have a set amount for that day, right? You're like, okay, kids, you get waffles today and tomorrow you might get ice cream, right? Because you've planned it out. You're being responsible. This is the first time I got to see him really relax and eat as much as he wants and drink as much as he wants because someone else is picking up at the tab. And so I'm super thankful for my company for doing that. And it was just such a nice experience. And then to be in this beautiful place, laying by the pool, like my idea of the great vacation is like sunshine, drinks, and water. So
Okay.
that's my take on it. How about you, Jim?
Now, I'm going to say one that involved all of us, right? Is that fine? Or does
Sure,
that
yeah,
be-
with our whole family.
Yeah, so I think Disney World, we did Walt Disney World last year, and the year before we went 2 years. And it was great because we were on the East Coast, we could drive, which was awesome. Maybe less awesome the first time we tried to do it in one ride, but that's okay. I would say the reason that was so good is I like to see us connect, but also connect individually with each kid and then as a family. And so for me also, I am a huge Disney fan. Like I love pretty much everything Disney does. And it reminds me to stay like a little bit young at heart because functionally I'm actually 12 deep down. I wear like a Disney watch many days at work to remind myself this is all Mickey Mouse stuff going around. Like it's kind of goofy and fun. And also I'll just throw in my favorite movie for those of you listening. Also that of Alexa Bliss from World Wrestling Entertainment is the Goofy movie. A Goofy movie. It's a great movie. But that was my favorite vacation, and I would totally go back to Disney in a heartbeat, except right now.
Right. Now tell me about the connection with the family. What makes Disney good for that?
Yeah, and I think we'll start extrapolating from these two some principles for you guys. So I think how I connected was just making sure in those little paths that you take where you're just walking or you're in line to just say like, hey, how's it going? Mm-hmm. And it also, although they're on their devices from time to time, their electronic devices, most of the time we're not. And you have the opportunity to just really genuinely connect and ask questions. Hey, what's going on? What do you think? And it's not like deep philosophical questions most of the time, but it's just talking. And then the final thing is Becky and I are both like profound people watchers. So sometimes we'll walk around, and Disney is such a great place for people watching. Oh my
Right
goodness.
around like 2, 3 o'clock when the kids are melting, the parents like need a drink.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so bad.
It is so good. It's amazing where you're like, girl. Like if you haven't been to Disney with that, you got to do it. It's so great. But okay, so what are some tips that you can extrapolate from these? So the first one is set an intentional time. It has to be intentional on purpose to connect. Like the second one, and Becky mentioned this, is make sure you budget. Like, you want these to be fun. They don't need to be extravagant to have fun, but you need to have enough money to have fun. The third one is like, you're intentional with the time. You already said that, setting it, but you need to be intentional with connection. It's really easy to go on vacation and zone out. And just not connect whatsoever. So you want to make sure that you're going there with the intention of connecting with your partner, or if you're going with, let's say, a couple friends or your family, like, how do you plan to connect? And that needs to be done in advance. So this isn't something you can just kind of wing it. Like, let's say you're in the car ride or you get to the hotel, at least spend a second, like, how am I going to connect? Nothing just happens by chance. So if you're like, yo, we're just going to hang out and connect, like, I can go to the living room right now, like, for an hour and with YouTube on, and no one might notice me except the bird. Like, it's just how it is. So saying that just by being in a space and a time, connection will happen is not true. You need to make sure you're setting intentional time. So intentional time, intentional connection, and then budgeting appropriately.
One of my, this just popped in my memory when you were talking, one of my actual favorite vacations, because we are Marriott Rewards members. We are super loyal. Jim has had to travel a lot for his job, and so we would just rack up all those points, and we would do a lot of staycations. So when our kids were younger and we lived in Colorado, it's expensive for a family of 5 to fly, and so we would drive up here and drive over there, and we would just basically stay at a Marriott, eat the free breakfast, swim at the pool, and maybe putz around the little local area. So our kids love Marriott hotels. They love the free breakfast. They know exactly what they're gonna get. So we do that quite often. So one, having the time set aside. Two, that's super budget friendly. But one of my favorite memories of all of our Marriott stays, because one of the things about the Residence Inn, which is where we usually stay at, is there's a kitchen area. There's, we have a door, they have a door, so we have a little privacy, they have space. But was sitting in a Marriott, a Residence Inn living room, eating Domino's pizza, because we are a huge Domino's pizza fan. Get the thin crust with the jalapenos, the barbecue sauce, good. The chicken, the bacon. You will love us forever. We'll put that in the notes. This is the pizza you need to order if you love Domino's. And sitting around eating pizza, all like out of the box on paper plates, drinking wine, because we always get a box of wine, and watching the Odd Ones Out, which is a fantastic YouTuber animator. And the whole family is just gathered around this little television having a moment. And they still talk about that. They all love the pizza. They all love the connection. They all love the animation. But really, it's that shared memory. And that's what vacations are. They're shared experiences that then become part of your family's story. It's not about going to the fanciest place. It's not about having the perfect Instagram photo of the ski lodge or whatever it is. It's about the connection. That memory will last longer than any photo we've taken, even at Disney World.
Yeah. And there's a book, if you want some more resources on this, and you might have time to read, called The Power of Moments. And it's important to look like, what is the moment you're creating? And really, it's not complicated. It just requires forethought. And you can see, like, not like Domino's and a box of wine, which I'm sure all of you just unsubscribed hearing that, but whatever, I don't care. Judge me away. Is the bottom line is, it doesn't take much or a lot of money or an extravagant place to make that connection. It just has to be on purpose. So let's all take this.
So I have to say, this one story from that book, The Power of Moments, was about the popsicle hotline. Do you remember that? And it was talking about how businesses can create moments that make them meaningful. And one of the stories is from a hotel, and I don't know what it is because I don't remember exactly, but at this hotel pool, there's a phone, and you pick it up, and it's called the popsicle hotline. And as soon as you pick it up and you ring the desk, they will bring you popsicles. And so this little moment of eating popsicles by the pool has made this hotel extremely successful, because people want to go there, swim with their kids, and use the popsicle hotline. And so that's what we're saying. These little things are what mean the most and make an experience that they will not forget.
Well, it's funny. At my work, I answer a lot of calls about all kinds of things related to human resources. And I received a call this week. And this is just an example of, by the way, before I get into it, of how you can create a moment in everyday situation with your family, on vacation or staycation. So I'm answering phone calls, and I've been getting like hundreds of calls. So it's pretty brutal. And this person calls who's a supervisor of, let's say, a couple hundred people, and they're upset. They're upset about something like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do this right now? I'm so frustrated. And I heard it, and they're going into it. I go, it's really hard to lead people in this time, isn't it? And she stopped, like dead silent. And I go, it's really okay to be upset. This is just a difficult time, and I promise we're all going to get through it. And it was funny because she was not upset about that, but I heard her like almost gasp, and just like you could hear, and she's like, thank you so much. And I still solved her problem, don't get me wrong, but she just needed someone to validate and acknowledge what she was going through, acknowledge and validate. That's it. It wasn't anything rock star. It wasn't because I'm like using my psychic powers. It was just noting that some issue is deeper than the front. And how to do this with your kids is if they come down, they're upset about something, and this happens with our kids all the time, middle school and high school. We're like, I can't believe this. This is so ridiculous. I'm like, so what's really going on? Mm-hmm. And you'll see it takes like one question to get to waterworks. It's not like they have it buried in deep secrets and teenage angst. It's just quick. What's going on? Well, I was just really scared when the kids started fighting each other. Mm-hmm. And our friend Sharon broke up the fight at school, which is a pretty funny story. Different story. We won't get into that. But the point of it is that any issue that's presenting, so the issue you see up front is never the issue. So these vacations and staycations give you an opportunity to connect in a way that you don't normally connect. So staycations, and I really want to move to that because I would challenge you that you might be in isolation. You could be forced in quarantine. Like there's all kinds of statuses we're all going to be in the coming months, like for periods of time, maybe not forever, but for periods of time. I challenge you to view this as a forced vacation or staycation. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's not going to be fun. I just want to acknowledge that. But I want you to say like, hey, how can this be fun? How can I connect with my family? So you've already got an intentional time. Mm-hmm. Someone's told you. So how can you connect? Well, be intentional. So get up, and it's okay to be frustrated. Our gym's closed. Like, I'm working crazy hours to deal with this stuff. Like everyone else around me's out because of this situation. It can be very, very frustrating. But when I get home, I'm choosing to intentionally connect with the limited time I have. For you, you get some extra time. How are you going to connect?
And I think one of the ways to do that is, I saw one pin, it was like, can we not Pinterest this quarantine? So a lot of people are stuck at home, and it's not a battle of who has the best crafts that they're doing with their kids at this point. Like we're all just trying to survive. But I would say one of the fun things is to come up with ways that maybe once a week, like Friday fun night, we're going to do a game night. Or last night was St. Patrick's Day, and so my girls who are stuck at home all day are like, can we decorate for St. Patrick's Day? Sure. You know what we did today? We took it all down. We decorated for Easter, because they are looking for some kind of creative outlet. And so it could be a s'mores night. It could be a movie night with popcorn. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. But as we're going through some different changes, and you might not be able to vacation. Like our middle daughter was like, are we not vacationing this year? I'm like, nobody's vacationing this year. Not that we know of, not yet. So we can have some fun things here. And it goes back to asking like, hey, is there any fun things you want to do that we can do at home together as a family? And they might come up with some really creative ideas that might be a better memory, honestly, than taking them to Disney World. So we have an opportunity here that maybe it's not the next big vacation, but it's the small moments that we're creating over the next few months with our families.
And on that note, I've done a bunch of video series on my own Facebook page about how to deal with this. But one thing to keep in mind, especially in doing a vacation or staycation, is the long view. Like this definitely sucks now, like for about maybe a month or two, maybe 3, but take the long view, like 10 years from now, this is going to be like, hey, remember we went through that like once in a generation or 3 event? We lived through that. We made it through. And almost every country has started to call this a war. I know France has, the United States, like we have a battle against this thing. Like this is on that scale in many ways. So just recognize like long view, it's okay to be frustrated in short term, but long view, this is going to be nothing. So use this time, as difficult as it is, to be intentional to connect with your spouse and kids, because you will never get this kind of time again. And I know it's a struggle time and it's difficult time. Just note, I'm not dismissing any of that. So if you feel like, well, he doesn't understand, like, oh boy, do I understand, like more than you know. Now, I know small businesses are struggling, but I will tell you, you will never get this time like this with your family. So work hard on your business, work hard on your family, whatever you can do at home, but please, please, please use this time to connect with your family.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Okay, well, thank you for listening to the Just Ask podcast.
They
I'm
can
Jim.
go to thejustaskpodcast.com for more questions.
You're
which
like off cue.
We always need more questions.
We do need more questions.
Because we'd love to do a couple a week. And so we burn through them pretty fast. So go there and submit any kind of question you would love us to chat about. And we will see you on the next episode.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Bye.
Bye.